What's up? It's Tice, and in this video, I'm gonna go over exactly how you can make at least $4,000 a month with this side hustle. Now, me personally, I've been able to make $3,008 this last week with this side hustle. I've been doing this for a little bit over a year and a half, and I started out personally myself with doing this as a side hustle. I was working a full-time job at a tire shop. That's me right there. I could play the video sitting on my phone at the tire shop. But I started this while working 11 hours a day at that tire shop, and I felt stuck, and I felt like that was kind of the only way to make money. I didn't really know how to make money other than a job until I learned about this. And if you knew how to do this last month, you would already be making money by now. So if that's the result you want, then stick to the end of this video, because in these 4 steps, I'm gonna show you exactly how you can start making $4,000 a month with this side hustle. Now, what exactly is this business model or this side hustle that we're starting here? So, I got some on my desk. We are reselling iPhones. I have a lot right here, but we are reselling used, cracked, blacklisted. We are reselling these used and cracked and beat up iPhones is what they don't have to be beat up. They could be perfectly in regular condition, but these are what we're reselling. Now, why are we reselling iPhones, you may ask? Well, is there anybody on this earth that you know that doesn't have an iPhone? No. Everybody's got an iPhone. This is like the biggest market in the world. These things right here, iPhones. Everybody has an iPhone. So that's why this is so easy, because everybody has one of these. And as long as you could get your hands on some of these, you can make a good amount of profit. And the more phones you get your hands on, the more money you'll make. So that's the business model that we're doing, is reselling these used, cracked iPhones to start out. So let's get straight into number 1. That is a brain. You need a brain. That's step 1. You need a brain and you need some money to start, right? Now, I'm not gonna sit here and be a guru, one of those gurus that's like, yeah, you don't need, you need $0 to start, and you're probably gonna make $10,000 your first month, and it's gonna take 30 minutes a day. No, you need money to start, and you need a brain. We'll get to that in a little bit. You don't really need a brain, but money to start. I would suggest the best starting point would be like $1,000 or $2,000. That would be the best starting point. But I've seen people, and I've worked with people that have started at $100, $200, $300, and they've made this work. They've ended up in a couple months down the road be able to compound that money and make thousands of dollars a month. But it all depends. How quick do you want to get to your goal, right? Because if I started with $1,000 or $2,000, I could probably get to that $4,000 a month goal a lot quicker. I could get to that maybe my first month, my second month, my third month. It's going to be very easy to get to that goal, is what I'm saying. It's going to take a lot less time. So that's the money part, right? And to the brain. Now, I don't have that big of a brain. You don't really need a brain. I dropped out of high school. I don't really got much of a brain. And I still made this work. So if I can make it work, you can make it work. But also, why I put a brain and why I'm saying you don't really need a brain, matter of fact, let's cross this out, because you really don't need a brain. I've worked with so many people. I'm not going to say names because I don't want to offend anybody, but I've worked with a couple people, and they're currently making over $8,000 a month in profit with this right here. And they don't have much of a brain. Seriously, I've worked with so many people, and when I hop on calls with some of these people, I'm like, man, how do you go throughout, I don't actually say it, but it's like, bro, how do you go throughout your day-to-day life? Like something's just not clicking up there, but they still make this work. So you could be really dumb and you can still make money with this, because trust me when I say this, I'm working with people that don't have that big of a brain, and they still make this work, and I love it. I love it so much, because it's like, wow, if this guy could do it, Anybody could do it. Anybody could do it. If that guy that I just hopped on a call with could make this work and he's making over $8,000 in profit a month, anybody could do this. There's no way. So you don't need a brain. You really don't need a brain. I don't got much of a brain either. But number two, you have to get people to know you exist. So you do that by getting attention, traffic, eyeballs, whatever you want to call it. Something that looks like this guy right here that I drew, or a girl, or non-binary, whatever it is. You just want to get eyeballs, whether it's non-binary, whether it's a male, a female. You want to get eyeballs. So attention, traffic, eyeballs. So there's three ways you could do this. You could either do this through social media. You could do outreach. So outreach to people, let people know you exist, let people know you buy phones. And you could also outreach to people that have phones listed on Facebook. You could outreach to people who have iPhones listed, people who are looking to sell their phone. You could outreach to them with a price that you could buy their phone for. And I'll get to how to know what price to buy their phone for. That's in step 4. So stick around so you'll actually know what to buy the phone for. Because this doesn't work without this. This or this or this or that doesn't work without this. So stick around to know what that is. But social media, outreach, and paid ads. So this is how you're going to be getting your phones, sourcing your phones, outreach, social media, paid ads. Now, you could have the best prices for phones. You could have the best customer service. You could have the best anything. You could have the best whatever it is. The best looking face, the best hair. But if people don't know you exist, then it's not going to do anything. So people will come to me that are already doing phone flipping and they'll have the best prices. They'll say, I'm the best phone flipper in the area. But they're not doing all of this. Ideally, you want to do all three because then you'll get more people to know about you. But if people don't know about you, your business is shit, absolute shit. So if I mow lawns and I do the best lawn mowing, I do the best lines, the best stripes, and the best edging, and the best weed whacking and everything, but nobody knows I exist because I don't market myself, you're done. Like, I don't even know what to say, but you're not going to get any customers and you're not going to make a lot of money because nobody even knows that you exist, right? So ideally, you want to be doing all three. You want to be doing paid ads. You want to be doing outreach. You want to post on social media that you buy phones, all this stuff, right? And now when I say paid ads, I don't mean $100 a day, $50 a day. I mean, like, you could literally start paid ads at like $5 a day, $10 a day, $20 a day. You don't really have to start with that much. And you got to realize that you're making $100 profit per phone. On average, you're making $100 profit per phone. It could be higher and also could be lower. But on average, $100 profit per phone. So if you run an ad for $15 a day or $10 a day and you pick up one phone that pays for the ad and you make profit, right? So if I'm making $100 profit per phone and I pick up one phone off my $10 ad, that's a $90 profit right there. And if I could pick up two of those phones, that's what, $180 profit. Yeah, $180 profit if I pick up two phones from my $10 ad. So obviously, you want to be using every single way to get people to know that you exist, whether it's posting on Facebook Marketplace, outreaching to people on Facebook Marketplace, running paid ads on Facebook, letting people know, hey, I'll buy your phone for quick cash, right? Because essentially that's your whole offer. Your whole offer is I'll buy your phone for quick cash, because people need quick cash. Some people need quick cash. And if you could just offer them that quick cash, whether they need quick cash for their car payment or their rent is due, whatever it is, but people need quick cash. So that's their pain point. That's the pain point that you're hitting is, I'll give you quick cash for your iPhone. And people will come to you because they need quick cash. It could be for, again, their rent, the car payment, plan B. Yeah. Whatever it is, they need quick cash. So that's why they're coming to you. That's why these work. And also, if they have a phone that they can't afford it anymore. So some people, some idiots, they get, the brand new 16 Pro Max when it first comes out, and then eventually they can't afford it. So they're like, shit, I got to get rid of this thing. So that's where you come along and you're like, yo, I'll give you quick cash for it. You got to get rid of it? All right, I'll buy it from you. So, the more you do of this, the more money you're going to make. If you do all this and you do it the right way, you're going to make the right amount of money. So when a lot of people come to me and they're already doing phone flipping, some people will come to me and they're only doing this. And they're wondering why they're only making 1K, 2K a month. And they're only doing outreach. It's because you're not doing all the other ways to source phones. There's so many other ways to let people know you buy phones than just outreach. Start running paid ads. Start doing social media. Start posting yourself all over the place, letting people know that you buy phones. So, yeah, you just need attention. You need eyeballs. You need people to know what you do, right? So, yeah, that's number 2. Now, number 2 doesn't work very effectively without number 3, right? And number 3 is that you need balls, right? And I actually drew a picture right there for even more to jam it into your brain that you need balls, right? I drew a picture of balls. So the reason you need balls is because you need to negotiate with balls, right? So what I mean by that is when you meet up with these people from doing these methods and everything, when you meet up with these people, they're humans, right? And they obviously, people want to get one over on you. It's just, that's how people are, unfortunately. But people want to get something over on you. They want to make as much money as they can off you. So a lot of times they will be like, yo, my phone is in this condition. It's in mint condition. It's almost brand new. And you'll pull up to the meetup and the phone's all scratched up. So you got to have enough balls to be like, yo, you told me it was XYZ condition. I'm taking off $100. So you're just like, bam, right there. That was pretty terrible. But, bow, right there. You're like, so you're banging them. No, not banging them. Not banging them. You're really hitting them with deduction right there. You got to be ruthless. You got to negotiate with balls. You got to be ruthless. You got to be like, because me personally, every single meetup I go to, I'm ruthless. You got to be that guy. You might not want to be that guy, but you got to be that guy, bro. You got to be that type of person that's like, yo, me personally, when I go up to a meetup, when I'm meeting up with somebody to buy their phone, I'm looking for an issue in that phone. I'm in the car smiling ear to ear because I know I'm going to find an issue with that phone, and I know I'm going to be like, bam, $50 right there. $50 deducted. $100 deducted. $150 deducted because you have this problem with your phone. You didn't tell me it was cracked on the back. Boom, $120 deducted. $120 extra dollars in my pocket right there. You didn't tell me there was dings on the side. Bam, deducted. Hit them with it. You got to negotiate with balls. You got to be that guy, unfortunately. Unfortunately, you got to be that guy. And the people that are that guy, they make the most money in this business because they are the most terrible human beings. No, not terrible human beings, but they're not scared to negotiate. They're not scared to let them know what's up. And if you're going to sit there with a quiet mouth and somebody's got an issue with their phone that they didn't tell you about, then you ain't going to make money. And you're just, come on, grow a pair of balls and call them out and deduct a shit ton of money. Not a shit ton of money, 50, 100, $150. Because the most ruthless negotiators in this game make the most money. The people with the biggest balls make the biggest amount of money, get the biggest paycheck, because they're not scared to negotiate. Go up to the meetup. First thing I'm doing, I'm like, I'm gonna find something wrong with this phone. And not a doubt in my mind that I'm not gonna find something wrong with the phone. Whether it's the condition, there's dings on the side, maybe the camera's cracked or it doesn't work. I'm gonna find something wrong with that phone. Boom, 50 bucks. Boom, 100 bucks. More money in my pocket. It sucks to be that guy, but you gotta be that guy, you know? So yeah, that's that. Now, the number 4 is by far the most important part. Because without number 4, hitting that $4,000 a month goal is pretty hard. Not pretty hard, very hard without number 4. So what is number 4? Number 4 is having direct buyers. Direct buyers. So a lot of times when people do this phone flipping, they get their phones and they sell their phones on Facebook Marketplace. I have people come to me all the time and they're like, yo, I'm doing this and I negotiate with balls. Actually, they don't actually say I negotiate with balls, but I do all this, I'm doing all this the right way. And then I just list my phone on Facebook Marketplace and it takes weeks to sell. You can't be doing that, bro. You're not going to make a shit ton of money if you're waiting weeks, if you're sitting on cash, right? Because if I pick up $2,000 worth of phones and then I list all $2,000 worth of phones on Facebook and I wait all week, 2 weeks for them to sell, it's shitty. Like, it's terrible. Like, where are you getting this from? No, don't do that. Don't do that shit. You want to move your money as quick as possible. You want to move your money as quick as possible. You don't want to be sitting on your money. You want to spend $2,000 on phones, ship those $2,000 worth of phones straight to the direct buyers, get paid, and you're right back here. You're right back to sourcing more phones. You don't want to sit on your phones and list them on Facebook, because let me tell you this. Try doing this, do all this, get as many phones as you possibly can, and list them on Facebook. I dare you. You will be conversating with the most low IQ, worst, down-level human beings on earth on Facebook Marketplace. It's terrible. It's a war zone out there. Like, man, I can't even begin to start. This video would be an hour long if I could talk about the people that are on Facebook Marketplace, because you're dealing with the lowest of the low on Facebook Marketplace. They will waste your time. They will tell you to drive. They'll send you a location 30 minutes away from you after getting you $100 down on your phone that you're trying to sell, and then they'll no-show at the meetup. It's happened, bro. They'll spam your phone. They'll do this, they'll do that, they'll do a million things. You'll have probably the biggest headache you've ever had in your life if you try and sell all your phones on Facebook. You'll have the biggest headache. You'll be conversating with 30 different people. Half of them aren't serious. Some of them are serious. And then you plan to meet up with them, and last second they can't meet up. And then 5 seconds later, oh no, we're good now. And then 5 seconds later, oh no, I can't meet up anymore. Something came up. And then you reschedule it for a couple of days out. And then you drive 45 minutes to the meetup location. And then they're like, yeah, I'll be there in an hour. Shit, it's terrible. Don't sell your phones on Facebook, man. I don't want to get into this. But yeah, you need to sell your phones to direct buyers. What are direct buyers? These are other people. These are people that buy phones. And the reason why this is going to make you a shit ton of money, without these, I wouldn't be making the money that I am. Because now, the reason why I picked the number $4,000 a month is because you need around, 40? You need 40 phones a month at $100 profit to make $4,000 a month. You need 40 phones at $100 profit. Now let me break down why that is so easy with these guys right here. Because this these direct buyers, they buy all types of phones. So, my hair messed up. I'm trying to look good. But, these guys, they buy all types of phones. So, the direct buyers, they buy cracked phones, blacklisted phones, carrier locked phones, unlocked phones. So if you guys don't know what it is, like a blacklisted phone, somebody reported it as lost or stolen. A carrier locked phone, that just means somebody hasn't paid their bill off. And normally you can't buy those types of phones. You can't list those phones on Facebook. And if you can't sell those phones on Facebook. If you sell a phone on Facebook where the bill isn't paid off, that dude's gonna be pissed because you can't use the phone. He can't use the phone. There's no use of it, especially with blacklisted too. But yeah, cracked phones, you guys know what cracked phones are. Crack on the back, crack on the front. It's hard to sell those phones when they're cracked because who wants to buy a cracked phone? And then unlocked phones, that's just a normal phone that's paid off. It's just a paid off phone. iCloud locked phone, that's when, how do I describe this? You have an iCloud on the phone. That's a terrible description. But it's when you log into the phone or let me put it this way, an iCloud locked phone, there's not much use for it. It can only be broken down for parts, is what you say to the customer. It goes back to negotiating with balls. When the phone's iCloud locked, hey, I can only use this for parts. No, if you got a direct buyer, you sell it right to them. You're not even using it for parts. You're not even going on the phone. You're just shipping it right off to them. Enough of that. But let's completely disregard an iCloud locked phone, because an iCloud locked phone is an iCloud locked phone. Terrible description, but I'm sorry. Let's say a password locked phone. These direct buyers, they also buy passcode locked phones. So that's if somebody tries to sell me a phone and I can't get in. Shit. There we go. I can't get in the phone, right? I don't know what the passcode is to this random dude's phone and he doesn't even know the password either. He forgot the password, so that's why he's looking to sell the phone. Believe it or not, you'll get a lot of these. Not a lot, but you'll get people that have no clue what the password is on their old phone or whatever it is. Or maybe they'll find a phone with a password on it. Or maybe it fell off the truck. But where was I? Yeah, forget the reason why there's a password on the phone. There's a password on the phone, and you can sell it to these guys. You can't sell a password locked phone on Facebook because ain't nobody buying that shit. It's just a brick. It's just a brick at that point. So this will enable you to get 50 phones, to get as many phones as you possibly can. Because imagine if you had to sell on Facebook and you can only sell unlocked phones. That's all. That's all you could sell on Facebook is unlocked phones. Realistically, that's really all you could sell on Facebook is unlocked phones. Now with direct buyers, you could sell unlocked, carrier locked, blacklisted, financed, password locked, iCloud locked. Those are six different types of phones. These are 6 different windows for you to make more money and get more phones. So if I could buy any phone on the market with having these guys, that's going to enable me to hit my goal of 50 phones a lot easier, a lot faster, in a lot more simple way, because you're running these paid ads, you're doing outreach. Instead of only outreaching people that only have unlocked phones, you're outreaching people that have carrier locked, blacklisted, financed, all these types of phones. Instead of running paid ads only to somebody who has unlocked phones. Hey, I'm buying only unlocked phones. No. Hey, I'm buying blacklisted, cracked, financed, iCloud locked, passcode locked. I'm buying all these types of phones. So with buying those types of phones, you're going to get a shit ton of them. You're easily going to get 50 phones in a month if you buy all those types of phones. I'm going crazy. But yeah, you get the point. If you have a brain, you get the point. Those are 6 different windows for you to get more phones. And if you only have one window, I don't know where I was going there. But if you only have one phone you could buy, then it's a lot harder to get 50 of those phones. But if you have 6 different types of phones you could buy, it's a lot easier to get 50 of them, right? I don't mean the phone model, like iPhone 13, 14, 15. I mean like the condition of the phone, cracked, blacklisted, financed, iCloud locked, passcode locked, because you're buying every single phone. iPhone 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, new, used, cracked, sealed, whatever it is. So with these guys, it's just like a complete cheat code, because what I was saying earlier that I said I would come to is, how do I know what the hell to buy these phones for? Well, you know what to buy these phones for because they have a price sheet. They literally have a price sheet. Like, my dog could do this. My dog could literally phone flip. Fuck up. My dog could literally phone flip, because all you're doing is looking. This is why I say you really don't need a brain. People I've worked with are literally really not all there. People I've worked with really don't have that big of a brain, because this is all you need. You need to get phones, and what you're doing is you're looking at the price sheet of what you're getting paid. So this direct buyer, they have a price sheet. iPhone 13, carrier locked, he pays this amount. Okay, now you offer the customer less than that amount and go pick up the phone. And then obviously when you get to the meetup, negotiate with balls and you get the phone down more so you can make more profit. But that's really all it is. That's why I say you don't need a brain, because you're just looking at a price sheet that says they will pay you XYZ for this phone, and then you just offer the customer less. You just offer the customer less. This shit is so simple, right? Also, going back to like what I said earlier, like your phone's fucking sitting on Facebook all day, all week, because it does take days, weeks for phones to sell on Facebook. So it also is an instant sale, no matter how many phones you got. So you could buy 5 phones today. I could buy 5 phones today, pack them in a box, ship them off tonight, overnight ship them, and I could get paid for these tomorrow. It's an instant sale. You're not waiting on these guys to buy your phones. They already tell you the price that they'll buy the phone at. Their address is there and everything. You ship them off, and then you get paid for it. That's how simple it is. So it's an instant sale. I could buy 100 phones today and ship all 100 out and get paid for them. I don't have to list them. I don't have to conversate with a bunch of people. I don't have to go to meetups. I get a bunch of phones, pack them in a box, and I ship them. They're already sold. So technically the phone is already sold before you even buy it, because you know you have a buyer lined up to sell the phones to. You have a buyer lined up to sell the phones to. So it's an instant sale. This is the glue, right? What I put right here. This is the glue of the business. All of this doesn't function well without that guy right there, the direct buyer, right? So yeah, it's an instant sale. You could sell phones in bulk to them and everything like that. So yeah, you don't have to sell your phones one by one to these people. You could sell 50 at a time. All right, the point is that they'll buy it. And yeah, I mean, I've had people that I've worked with that got all this shit correct. They got all this shit correct, but they're selling their phones on Facebook, so they're not making the money that they should be making. They have the money to buy the phones. They're doing the right ways to source the phones. They got balls. They don't have much of a brain. They have money to buy the phones, but they don't have people to instantly sell them to. So that's why their business is lacking, because they're waiting days to get paid for their phones, and they're wasting their time, because realistically, if you have a job, this is the most time efficient way, because you're not conversating with a bunch of people. You're not doing a bunch of meetups, right? Meeting up with people to sell your phones to, and you're not taking time to list the phone or anything. So ideally, if you have a job, or even if you don't have a job, this is the most time efficient way to sell your phones. But that's the most time efficient way to sell your phones. And like I said, people do all this right, but if they don't have this, if they are sitting on their money, if they buy $10,000 worth of phones, it's going to take weeks, if not months, to sell those $10,000 worth of phones one by one, because they're sitting on their money. The whole name of the game is to move your money as quick as possible. You want to move your money as quick as possible. You don't want to be sitting on your money. So that's why you spend money on phones, ship them right off. Ship them right off to the buyers. So I'm just watching this video back right now. I'm realizing that I didn't explain how to find these direct buyers. Now there's really no special technique or method to find these private buyers, but right now we're gonna have a little bit of a master class on how to get these private buyers, direct buyers, whatever you want to call them. But so just by doing number two the right way, direct buyers will find you. So by running Facebook ads the right way, by outreaching every single day to as many people as you can on Facebook, and also just by posting on social media, posting on Facebook, posting on Instagram, and everything like that. Mostly by running Facebook ads. That's how I found my personal private buyers that I use today, by running Facebook ads, and they found me. So now number two, getting eyeballs, getting people to know you buy phones, that will attract private buyers to you because they know you get phones. So they want to make money. So they want to buy phones from you, right? So that's how I found my private buyers, is just by running Facebook ads. And I run good Facebook ads the right way for weeks, and I got private buyers. But if you want to try and speed up the process to find these private buyers, you could go looking out for them. So there could be people on Facebook Marketplace who have a bunch of phones listed. That's a private buyer. They buy a bunch of phones. Also with Facebook paid ads, sometimes an ad will pop up on your Facebook Marketplace feed or your Facebook Reels feed or something. My bad. But sometimes a Facebook ad will pop up on your Facebook page or your Instagram page, whether you're scrolling through Marketplace or whatever it is, and it'll be a video or a picture or whatever it is of someone saying they buy phones for cash. So that's literally what we're doing. So that's a private buyer that you could connect with. So I would reach out to that person. So yeah, just by doing these the right way, most of the time they will find you. But also, if somebody else is doing these the right way, number two, if somebody else is getting eyeballs and attention the right way, you'll find them. So that's a buyer, and you could reach out to them. And if they're running Facebook ads, you could reach out to them through their Facebook ad. Or if they're posting on Instagram, you could reach out to them from their post on Instagram. So you get what I'm saying? It could go either way. Either you could do this the right way and you could find a private buyer from that, or somebody else could be doing this the right way and you will find them and they're a private buyer. But yeah, I hope that makes sense. But this is, it's like a win-win, because you're doing this to source phones, but at the same time, you'll get buyers to reach out to you. So it's like a win-win. So yeah. So yeah, this is the glue of the whole business. You could have all this right, but if you don't have this right, you're fucked. You're fucked, basically. So just by doing this the right way, I've added $2,000-$3,000 a month to people's phone flipping side hustles. And just by doing this the right way, and like some people will have this, but they won't have this the right way, right? So they all go together. But some people will have the direct buyers, but they're not sourcing enough phones because they're not doing all these, or maybe they are doing all these, but not the right way. So I've added thousands of dollars a month to people's phone flipping side hustles just from doing this the right way, and most importantly, doing this the right way. So, I mean, if you want help with this and you want to learn how to do these the right way, you can click the first link in the description and it'll just tell you if I can help you or not, because I really can't help everybody. But if you do want help with this, click the first link in the description and that video will let you know if I can help you or not. So yeah, that's that. See ya.